What's going on? What's going on? Naviel 7 Sales back at it with another one. Tutorial vibes on the SP808, the groove sampler, man. Look at this beauty, man. Look at this thing, man. It's just, you can even hear the hiss or whatnot. But today's tutorial is going to be about sampling. Let's get to the gritty. Let's get to the sampling. As you can see, I have an input monitor and I already have a sample plan. I just don't have it out yet. But we're gonna turn this down. So before we get into sampling, let's get to the basics. You have an input. You have an RCA input if you're trying to sample, and I have a CD Tascam player, and I'm sampling right into the line input. And if I want to sample, you want to make sure your levels are pretty good. You can see right here. Make sure the level's real good. All right, so if you want to sample, let's just go to sample. So on this tab right here, the sample palette. You see that right there? Say sample palette. So this is where you're gonna be sampling at. So make sure that your banks are free. So I go to Pad Bank. I already have a couple of samples in here, so I think I'm gonna like nah. So I click yes, and that way you're on a free bank. So if I want to sample, I will click sample, and you are going to hear something. Let me turn this down. So I ain't gonna play too much because I don't want to get flagged. So let's find a nice sample real quick. Alright, so I found a good sample. What I'm gonna do is click sample. When it blinks like this, you click to start your sample. Now in this section right here, you'll get a couple of options. So your options is would you want to sample in stereo or mono. For drums, I do mono. For samples like chords and stuff, I do stereo. And also, if you want to, you can have a pre-trig mode. So the pre-trig mode, you can set it to like 1 second zone, milliseconds or whatever like that. It's up to you. But as soon as I click sample, I'm ready to sample. So I'm just gonna sample something really quick. Like I said, I'm working from the sample palette. I'm gonna click it, it's gonna blink, and then I'm gonna click it again. Now it's sampling. So after you finish, what's going to happen is they're gonna ask you, are you sure? You're gonna click yes, and then what you can do is you can exit out, and then you could play your sample. So what I'm gonna do is pause the CD player, and I could play. Alright, little hack.